Hello and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be installing a weatherproof top box for my 2024 Suzuki DR650SE. And so here's the box right here. It is, I turn around so you can see it. There we go. And it's Apache 3800. And now I got this at Harbor Freight for about $39–40, somewhere in that ballpark. As you see right here, it has a valve on it. Still trying to figure out what exactly it does, but I think it makes it open easier when it's been closed for a while, maybe under pressure. Not quite sure, but it's pretty nice. It's heavy duty. I was actually shocked, and what I really like about it the most is it has two different areas to where you can put one right there and one right there. Put a padlock or two padlocks, which I do have two that I had on my side-by-side cargo container box, so I can kind of swap them out. Pretty nice. You can secure your stuff. And so what I did here is I just have a piece of shelving, believe it or not. Put a tape measure on it here so you can get a good measurement. And the piece of shelving came from Harbor Freight. I had done a project a while ago with some cabinets, and it came out of one of their metal cabinets there, so I figured save it. Always can repurpose stuff. I believe it's, I don't know, it's aluminum or something like that. It feels pretty sturdy, and I think it'll hold up pretty good. And if it don't, I can always just pitch it and put something else on here. Pretty easy to do. And what I did was I got 4 U-bolts. Each U-bolt is 2 1/4 length, 2 1/4 inches, and a 1/4 inch diameter. And I got 8 locking nuts with it. So I'm gonna use locking nuts. They're not on there right now, but I have them so it can secure it in place and won't get loose. And underneath it, what I did is I put a piece of just a piece of thin styrofoam right there, so I don't scratch up anything, and kind of keeps any vibration or anything like that. And so I'll show you underneath here. There you go, you know, just pre-marked holes. With the U-bolts, I take a silver paint marker and dab it up really good on the tops of the bolts, and you can you know, go from there, set it to where you want it, and mark your spot and drill it out. And just a quick tip, whenever you're drilling out, make sure you drill out from top down so you have a nice smooth surface on here where it's going to be butted up against your case. Just a quick tip, and if you don't, you can always just take a little file over it and nip it down a little bit. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and, well, I'll show you the inside of the case here. Okay, as you can see, I got a brew in there for size reference. You can get a good look and see there, it comes with this really cool foam padding in there that you can pick apart. You know, so if you got a firearm or something you want to put in there, you can stencil out the firearm and pick out the section so it fits snugly in there, which is pretty cool. You can do it, I mean, you can use it for cameras or whatever you want. So here's a tape measure again, so you can go ahead and get a good, about, you know, you're looking at about 15 inches or so. About 10 and what is it, about 10 3/4 or so there. And you're at about 4.5, I think about 4.5 inches deep. But then you also have the lid up here, which is looks like about 1 3/4 or so. So you got quite a bit of room there. You can put some stuff in there and keep it nice and secure. As you can see right there, that's waterproof seal, so your stuff will be nice and dry. Alright, so what I'm going to do next is I'm going to go ahead and mark the location on the box itself where I'm going to drill, and I'm going to do the same thing as I did before, and I'm going to put a bunch of silver paint marker on each point here, and then I'm gonna gently set the box down, and then I'll have a reference mark where to drill at on the box, and I'll be back. Okay, well, I just got done with the install. Looks pretty nice, I think. It's not too big to get your leg kicked over it. That's really what I didn't want about a top box. It fits pretty much whatever I'm going to take. I don't pack too heavy, you know, so it'd get rain jacket and some gear in there and some snacks and whatnot, and I'm pretty happy with it. Alright, so I ended up going with just 2 U-bolts, not 4 like I originally planned. Just because the bars and grab bars there in the back are offset a little bit, and it was making it pretty tough, and it suffices with the 2. It's I think it's, I mean, you could see it's hard to tell from video, but I think it's pretty rock solid. And with that foam pad underneath that mount, you know, it really makes it pretty sturdy, I think. And I didn't go crazy on these bolts, you know, but they are lock nuts, and just like you're doing a tire, I did one at a time. One at the other side, did one. You know, don't just do one side and do the other. Kind of snug it in as you can and press down in the middle so it's nice and flush up against that mount, and it came out great. I could have used probably some smaller U-bolts, so these were 2 1/4 inch, like I said, but it works for me. You know, if I decide to in the future, I can grind them off. My only problem with grinding them off is I want to be able to take the nuts off and on easily, and that's gonna prohibit that. So I'll probably just keep them as is. Only downfall I'd have to say, and I can't say 100% yet, but about this install is, and I will show you. Give me a second here. Right, I'll zoom in here. You don't have that much room if you're taking off your seat. So I might have to take the box off to take the seat off, which ain't a huge deal. Whatever, it is what it is. But there's a latch right up in here that you gotta go down with just a little bit before you can pull out. So we'll see. I got a lighting kit coming in a few days, so I'm gonna have to take that seat off. Probably should have waited to put the box on, but I was anxious. That's it. I hope you liked the video. I hope it'll help you figure out what you want to do. And again, I'll show you one more time before I go. It's a Apache 3800 waterproof storage container. It's from Harbor Freight, $40. Peace out.